president of the Southern Association of Black Peace Corps Volunteer, and before I do that, I actually want to mention about Peace Corps families. Once you come back as a returned Peace Corps volunteer, there are hundreds of Peace Corps groups, either specialty groups or regional groups, you know, that you are available to join. That is a group of returned Peace Corps volunteers have served in the same country or in the same, currently live in the same city. These groups are very support groups. And just like you, any other returned Peace Corps volunteer would say, that you learn in Peace Corps to work not by yourself, but other groups and the surrounding area. Well, this particular group has been a great help, and I want to introduce the president, Rolesta. Rolesta is she'll be closing, but I also want to offer everyone who can still stay to please stay behind and continue to ask the parents who are still around more questions, because we want your questions to be answered by your parents, and we want you to share those information with your family members and friends as well. So, but we want to also just bring it on to the next step. So Lester is a doctoral candidate at the University of Phoenix in educational leadership and specializing in curriculum instruction. She's obtained her master's degrees in international affairs and development in Clark Atlanta University. Lester is an undergraduate clinical instructor, a master's of public health program and in Moorehouse School of Medicine. Lester served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Kenya, East Africa in the mid-'80s, in which she was a senior nutrition officer for the governor of Kenya. So, please help me welcome Lester Davis.
You told me to keep it short. My name is Rolesta Davis, and I am president of the Southern Association of Black Peace Corps Volunteers. Would like to welcome all of you for coming and to share this this type of experience, because it's different. It's a new thing. It's not a new thing, but we're trying to do a new thing as an association to bring the Peace Corps to our communities, the minority communities, the diverse communities, to share our experiences with you. Would like to thank our panelists for coming and giving us your feelings and perspectives, because your insight, your sharing your insight helps us to take the message better to the community and to those potential volunteers. Would like to thank Dr. Durley and Ambassador Williams and Dr. Coles for coming to carve this time out of your busy schedule. We are so humbled. We are humbled. A blessing that I have received from the Peace Corps, not just I delivered a baby in the backseat of a Jeep and traveled to 18 countries, but the essence of a blessing of serving in the Peace Corps is the re-elected President of the United States, President Barack Obama, and I are born on the same day, and I served in his father's country. So the blessings just go beyond just serving. Is like Dr. Durley says, when you give, it does come back to you. Would like for those volunteers that have served within the last year, would you please stand? Return Peace Corps volunteers. Let's give them a hand. Welcome back. Welcome back. Can you give us your name and tell us where you served?
And I was a captain.
Okay, when did you come back? When did you come back? A month ago. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Erica Wary, and I serve in Madagascar.
All right. And when did you return?
About 6 weeks ago.
Okay, all right. Let's give them a hand. Have anyone received invitations to go overseas with the Peace Corps? No new invites? Would those that have served in the Peace Corps beyond this past year, would you please stand? Yes. What are we about? What is the Peace Corps, the Southern Association of Returned Peace Corps Volunteers, are about? We are about, first, bringing the third goal to our communities, back to the United States in our communities, to share our experiences with those that have never gone overseas or may be interested in going overseas. Two, our second mission is to support minorities that are in country and those that are returning and those that are interested in going overseas. We have peers or mentors that'll talk to you. We have a volunteer that's in Ethiopia at this time. We're sending her care package. We're sending emails to volunteers in different countries to give them the support. Because we didn't have it. We didn't have this type of support when we were overseas. And we're about coming together as diverse Return Peace Corps volunteers and bringing in place the mission to give and to support those that are overseas in the developing countries. Third, we are about networking. We're going to be the central resource point for the Peace Corps and for those that are serving overseas. And with that, I would like to close and share that we have plenty of refreshments that are left. We want you to pull out those business cards and those pens and pencils. We want you to network, talk to those Return Peace Corps volunteers about what they have experienced. Let's talk to our parents to kind of help them, let them know that we support them and thank them for letting their children go and make change in the world, because that's what we're about. We're the change agents of America. We go out and, like you said, we're in the areas where there's no phones, and I had to carry my water, and I had to cut the cord in the backseat of a Jeep of a baby, but these are the things that we do. We're the idealists. We are the ones that say we can. We are the Americans that can do it, and we will. We'd like to thank you so much for coming out. God bless you as we move through this holiday season, and we wish you blessings as we go into the new year.
Can I ask a question? Leslie, could you just tell us what is the atmosphere on the AUC campus of students? You can't speak about this Peace Corps stuff. What is
Let me let
Leslie. He's there, and I want, because he said we're going to try to get as many to come over and be exposed. Is it a nonchalant? Is it we don't care? We gotta. He said we gotta go make some money. What is your general impression? I don't mean to belabor the point. I need to have a feel for this.
Well, I appreciate the question, I really do, and that's why it's so important to have events like this where we have parents expressing their feelings and their experience when their sons and daughters told them that they were going to join Peace Corps. Because it's a few obstacles I see, a lot, it seems economic reasons, much like most parents, I just spent $40,000. Well, in some schools, that's probably 1 year tuition. I just put $40,000 in here. You want to go out and do what? So when students hear parents talk about their sons and daughters who've already done it, and they're all the better for it, that helps. So when I first came here 2 years ago, I think it slowly is progressing, but it's not by myself. It's by me bringing the resources together. Grabbing whatever resource Peace Corps Atlanta regional office have, finding the movers and shakers here, like Dr. Brown and Mr. Coles. So it's come together, and I see a change because my concern is that in the minority community, that Peace Corps is not heard of. And the first time Peace Corps are heard in the minority communities, like in college, maybe their senior year. So again, pulling the resources together, like groups like the Southern Association of Black Peace Corps Volunteers, and other groups like the AAR, PCVs, and so on, when they go to high schools, and this is, this is not a new thing, but by bringing them together and focusing, like I could talk about the AUC, like I've met a lot of people who are interested who was applying this year, but it's because I saw them 2 years ago when they were sophomore or freshman. Ah, Mr. Jean-Pierre, I talked to you about Peace Corps. I'm like, huh? I'm really bad at names, so, but, oh, okay, come on, let's continue the talk. Well, I was thinking about it when you first told me about it, and I talked to my parents 2 years ago, and so the parents kind of melded down a little bit. So I see the change. I see that possibility, because AUC is a high, a population of diverse potential applicants. So I do see it, but we need the continuation of the parents, of the people around the surrounding community. We need to continue doing maybe smaller events, but to have the outlet where students, potential applicants, can continue talking to parents and returned Peace Corps volunteers, so they won't just hear it from me. And that in itself is going to help us increase our numbers. You're welcome.
Dr. Durden, we feel that there's no one can do the job better than us, that can bring the message, that can give the insight, that can share the experience better than the Return Peace Corps volunteers. So we are about doing whatever we need to do. And look out for us in the new year, because you will hear and see more of us as we go out in the communities to bring the word of the Peace Corps and how it has changed our lives and how it can change theirs.
Thank you.